Hey guys! So today's video, just to get right down to it, is a bit late because last week was a holiday week here in America. It was Thanksgiving, and my family does it twice, once the day before and once the day of. So it was a very, very busy week. So you might end up with a second video later in the week, but for now, I'm going to try and make a very quick video showing bang removal, which is like this. I guess in the UK it's called fringe. I don't know what it might be called other places, but I'm going to show you on two different dolls. The first, because I get a lot of questions from OMG fans on OMG hair, and we're going to talk about what dolls the bang removal will work with and which ones it won't. And then we're also going to try to do it on a Rainbow High Sunny doll. I know Jade is the one everybody loves to have bang removal on, but I've got this Sunny, and I boil washed the back of her hair to be nice and soft, but her little tendrils were so crusty and gross that even when I washed them, they just kind of fell apart. So I just cut them off, and I was gonna live with it like that. But her bangs still stick up no matter what I do, because of how they're thatched in. So I ended up picking up a second Sunny today who had beautiful, perfect hair. Sorry. So, and like her little tendrils are really nice. I didn't have to wash those, just the back of her hair, it's drying. MGA has recently started issuing a thing to let people know that when they get their doll, they should wash the doll's hair to get the gel out. Stop putting the gel in. Stop it. Don't. Why? There's no reason for, and that much. Maya's hair was so terrible. She had literal, I'll try to include a picture, like literal sheets of hair where it was gelled into like large boards. I don't even like talking about it, because honestly, Amaya was my first, and it almost convinced me to never buy another Rainbow High doll again because her hair was that horrible. Also, towards the end of the video, after we do some hair removal, you guys probably noticed these cool blue hands. We are going to talk about, I know you guys love Jade. She's gorgeous. Green's my favorite color. I was very, very excited about her, and really kind of sad because I get that, like, you know, the Billie Eilish reference. Billie's really great right now, and she's really great in the sense that she doesn't dress super girlish. It's nice to see a doll that is a bit more tomboyish, that doesn't just have to wear a dress and heels. Not even complaining, but Jade's clothes are ugly and her shoes are ugly to me. They're not my style at all. I wouldn't, but I know there are people out there who loved them. So my Jade is currently in this little shirt from Avery's closet and a little tracksuit because it was the least ugly thing. That's another thing. She didn't even get anything nice in Avery's closet. Jade got ripped off. She currently has on little star heels because nothing else matched, and the other stuff that did was ugly. So I took it upon myself, since I had this extra Sunny, to grab some rip dye and create some new clothes for Jade. These are a little more like minty, or a little closer to her eyeshadow color than her hair color. A lot of us are waiting for series 2 to come out with, I know the names aren't official, but I guess Karma Nichols. I am so sad about that, because originally her like leaked name was Mia Peridot, which is so much cuter, not just because my name is Mia, but there are girls out there named Karma who are probably like excited that there's finally a doll named after them. So I'm gonna give it to them. Heck yeah, you guys. So let's get to removing these bangs. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do with Miss Speedster is I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna clip this little rubber band out because I can't get it unwrapped. I have arthritis really bad, and so my fingers don't always want to move the way I want to move them. Now, with the bang removal, if you can see, her bangs are thatched in with the rest of her hair. They're actually behind the rest of her hair. If I take this hair and I pull it forward, her bangs kind of pop through. They're actually the second row of hair, not the first. Now, for the bang removal, you're really just going to find that row that you want to remove. So you're going to take all of this other hair and kind of pull it forward, or even honestly you can leave it back and just trim it like this and it just kind of blends in. So I'm actually just going to take the scissors and clip it like as close as I can to the other hair without clipping the longer bits. Now, I will say, as far as which dolls this works on and which ones it doesn't, you have to check your doll's rooting pattern, because it works on girls like Dolly, it works on girls like Busy BB and Pop BB and most of the girls with those poodle bangs, but it doesn't work on Lady Diva, it doesn't work on Candy, it doesn't work on Cosmic Nova. In the case of like Cosmic Nova and Lady Diva, they actually have a, sorry, her hair is tangled on her earrings, I'm terrible. They actually have a triangle rooting pattern. So their hair is rooted where it comes back like this. So if you were to remove their bangs, you would just get a very large bald spot. And in the case of some of the other girls, like Candylicious, it is not so much that they have that triangular shape. I can't remember if she does or not. I re-rooted my Candylicious, so. But really, the girls with like the large swaths of straight bangs have that same kind of thing where if you were trying to remove their bangs, you would have a huge bald spot. So, as you can see on Speedster, all I did was cut straight across the front, and I can do a side hairdo, I can keep it pulled back. I mean, I'll have to boil wash it to get it to stay to the side because it's been pulled back, but she no longer has bangs. And if you look at the area, and you can even go in honestly with your tweezers and pluck this out, there's just a little short row of blonde hair. It is not visible underneath her other hair though, so it's up to you if you want to go in and reroot that spot or whatever, but honestly it's not visible once you take the bangs out, and that's all there is to it. But you have to be really smart and look at your bangs on your doll, because with the Sunny, again, if you look, they're thatched in, so it's like in behind that first row of hair. And so that's why with Sunny and Violet this works. There's actually someone else who did a video on Violet's hair ages ago, honestly, and that's what inspired me to remove my doll's bangs. Originally, it was one of my OMG dolls, but I was like, okay, well, it should work the same theory. So again, I'm going to take her hair out of its original style. You really don't even have to, but since I have a girl, another Sunny with her hair in that style is going to take it out anyway. So again, like, the hair is pretty much the same theory on both doll lines. I don't know that this would apply to other MGA doll lines. I had brats back in the day, but I bought them mainly for their clothes to fit on my older pull-ups when I was still collecting those. So again, same theory. You can go in, make sure that your doll has the thatched hair, and just cut as close as you can without cutting the next row over, or you can separate the rows all together and make sure that you only chop that second row where the shorter hair is. Now this might take a minute, so give me a second and I'll be right back with you when I'm done doing it. Okay, right quick, I'm going to try to do kind of a close-up. So I'm going to take these sharp shears and I'm going to just kind of pull her bangs down over them and just cut slowly. Make sure I'm not cutting anything I don't want to cut, and poof, her bangs come right off. And like I said, I'll finish that up and then show you what she looks like. Alright guys, and here you go, one Sunny with no bangs. So, and you can't really even see where the other hair ever was. I am still gonna have to boil wash her to get the crimpies out from her little buns, but voila, no bangs, bangs. We're going to talk about some clothing options for Jade. I did want to start by saying, before I show you the clothes I hand dyed, that the OMG skirt for Bad Girl does fit. So, I mean, there's always that option. Now I've got Jade dressed in this first outfit that I've dyed. It's Sunny's jacket and pants, along with Sunny's gold top to go in with all the gold buttons and detailing and all of that. Okay, so I did not have green dye on hand, but I'm going to give you an explanation right quick of how I did this while I dress her in her next outfit that I wanted to show you. I have like a double-sided stainless steel sink where it's got like two different sides. I do not know if this works the same in like porcelain sinks or sinks made of other materials, but for stainless steel you can dye stuff in them with grit dye and it doesn't stain your sink, and any discoloration it does leave is easily washed out or taken out with like a little bit of bleach. So what I did was I filled one side of my sink up, not like full, but like well enough, probably like a third of the way because these clothes are really small, with hot water. And then I put a bit of vinegar and a bit of like just regular table salt in it. Regular white vinegar, regular table salt, and dye. The other side of the sink, just plain cold water. As cold as you can get it, you put ice in it, whatever. You take the clothing and you dip it in the dye. Now the thing is, the longer you leave it in the dye, the darker it's going to get. So you really have to pay attention to just how dark you want it. But much like dyeing your hair, it will be darker when it's wet than it's going to be when it's dry. So pay attention to how long you're leaving it in there and just how dark you want it. Again, I didn't have green dye. I used like an aquamarine Rit dye, like the liquid. And I don't know, like if I had a green or if I had a more neon color, if I'd put it over this maybe and make it a bit more like her hair. But her pants, jacket, and dress were Sunny's yellow ones, and they came out matching Jade's eyeshadow color, which is a little more like of a minty color. But here is the dress on her. So I will say, one of the things about Rit dyeing things is, once you've taken it out of the hot water and you have it the color you want it, you put it immediately in the cold water and you basically like swish it around, let it sit. You want to make sure that when you pick it up and bring it out and rinse it, that it runs clear. Just like with your hair, you want to keep rinsing it until no color comes out. Then I just threw them in my clothing dryer at home for like 20 minutes, which was probably overkill, but I was doing my face, and voila. And you want to make sure that you do that and you rinse all the dye out and you dry it really well before you put it on your doll, because you don't want to have any risk of staining. Now, I've dyed lots of doll clothes before. I've never had a problem with staining, unlike when you get a doll with black clothing and it's been Monster High, tulips, whatever, and you dye with black clothing, especially leggings like fishnet types, whatever. Staining happens. My big wig OMG doll recently came with staining on the seam where her bodice and her leggings met. And I didn't file a complaint because I don't even know if it'll come out, but like I just filed a claim because of my rocker boy and punk girl 2 set coming in and having quite a bit of flaws. But that's a story for another time. So thank you for joining me today. I've got to get out of here because I've got a lot of stuff to do, but hopefully you've learned how to easily remove your doll's bangs. Remember to always check your rooting pattern before you get started. You want to make sure that it's not like the bangs are not triangular and that they're not like a big round piece, that they're thatched in between the other hairs before removing them. And good luck on dyeing your dolly's clothes in order to give Jade a much better wardrobe if you're not fond of the wardrobe she already comes with. I hope this video has been helpful, and I do believe the next one is actually going to be a walkthrough of my giant doll collection. It's not super massive, but it's over 450 dolls altogether. So yeah, look forward to that, and thank you guys.